If you've been watching my content for a little while now, then you would have seen my video that I made where I discussed GMs and top chess players' favourite openings. So, recently, someone on Twitter DM'd me and asked me if I could make a video about my favourite openings and why I use them and how they are played. So, in this video, that's exactly what I'm doing. Also, if you can't tell, I am sick a bit, so that's why I sound a bit different than usual. So my favourite opening, literally ever, that I've ever played, ever learned anything, my favourite is the English opening. You start with c4, and then typically you would move your g-pawn forward by one square, fianchetto your light square bishop to g2, and then move your knight onto f3, and then castle. Now you may wonder why I like the English opening so much, and it's literally just because of how easy I think it is to play. I've played it a lot at my level, and I feel like a lot of people tend to focus on the e4 or d4 openings rather than c4 and others. And the English often leads to quite a few traps that you can use, and is discovered attacks and everything. So if an opponent isn't paying too much attention, even though they should be, then you can easily pick up a rook or something, which has happened many times for me. One of the main lines for the English opening is c4, e5, knight c3, knight f6, knight f3, knight c6, g3, bishop b4, bishop g2, castles, e4. Typically this one is more called the reverse Sicilian. The English opening is quite easy to learn, and it's also being used in notable games such as Levin Aronian versus Anish Giri at the 10th Tile Memorial in 2016, which Aronian won. He was playing with white. I definitely think that the English opening should be used and learned by obviously everyone, but also at a lower level. If you learn the English opening, it will make it easier for you to play against it if someone plays it against you. But also, it will make your opponents at the lower level think harder, and you're going to have an advantage in the first place with white. So one of my favourite openings with black is a response to white's Queen's Gambit, called the Slav defense. And the Slav defense, it's just a solid opening, after d4, d5, c4, and it's really quite an easy opening to learn, basically. Like with the English opening, it's a good response to have in case someone does play the Queen's Gambit against you, and it's one of the safest and strongest defenses against the Queen's Gambit, basically. One of the pros of the Slav defense is that the c8 bishop has a free diagonal to develop. Black maintains a solid central pawn, and black has the opportunity to capture the c4 pawn. However, some of the cons of this is that black's development is slower, and hitting back with c5 will lose you a move, and then you'll be behind for the rest of the game pretty much. And the c6 pawn blocks the natural development square of the knight, so you're going to have to either put your knight on the rim, which knight on the rims are dim, or centralize your knight and then take it to a new position. There are many variations of the Slav, such as the semi-Slav, the chameleon. There's a lot of options that basically suit any player, so I'd recommend the semi-Slav a lot, and just the Slav defense as a whole, really. There are obviously openings for anyone at any level, and what I play shouldn't influence what you play, although the English and the Slav are very fun to play, and I would recommend learning them. One of my other favourites is the Dutch, and the Dutch defence is characterised by d4, f5. Obviously, just with pushing f5 so early, you are exposing your king, so you do need to be careful with stuff like that. But yeah, the Dutch defence is fun to play. So in the Leningrad variation of the Dutch defence, commonly, the move order goes d4, f5, g3, knight f6, bishop g2, g6, knight f3, bishop g7, castles, c4, d6. And white often plays d4 at some point, and it basically controls the hole created on e6 when black plays d6 and f5. Also, fun fact, a lot of openings are named after either the places they were created or the people they were created from. So keep that in mind when you come across a new opening. The London opening, the Vienna. I mean, it's quite easy to sort of see the influences and everything. So yeah. I know it's a very short video and I'm really sorry. I'm quite sick. So I'm surprised I managed to make this in the first place. If you like the video, then like and subscribe and let me know in the comments, or message me a video you'd like to see me make. There won't be a video next week as I am on holiday. So yeah. See ya!